So hello again, another day. I want to do a quick update, and again it was a very busy day with some other personal tasks to deal with. Uh, but there was still some work that was being done, and I still managed to do all the lead calls, which honestly at this point still for my business, especially when it comes to the Czech study abroad agency, that's the most high or like the highest ROI activity as it's getting money in cash flow. So I did all that. What I need to focus a bit more is kinda, I feel like, the long term stuff. So maybe reserve some time for the tasks that are more long term, that are not operational, even though the operational tasks that I'm talking about today are tasks that are directly kind of connected to the revenue, but they're connected to the revenue now, not necessarily to the revenue growth in the future. What I wanted to just go over, what I found interesting is that there's very detailed actually breakdown when it comes to the YouTube and the statistics that you get. And actually, what is very interesting is that the most views and the most watch time by far last 90 days. I had this from the video about Facebook Graph API. By the way, this is my main channel if any of you want to check it out. I had it from the video about Facebook Graph API, right? 4,500 views, 300 watch time hours. But I got only 41 subscribers from that. And meanwhile, in the second video, which I didn't know that it's performing that well, I had 3,000 views and 160 watch hours, but I got 55 subscribers from this video. So that's definitely something I feel like I should kind of, keep in mind. I also feel like, for instance, in these cases, the click-through rate is very low. And I feel like I should kind of change the strategy, first of all, with the video titles. So I heard somewhere that it's a good idea to start with the headliner, with the video title, and then go back. So actually tailor the video to the title and then test out different kind of thumbnails. So that will be probably the next step. Just kind of figure out a way how to easily test different thumbnails, or like how to easily create different thumbnails. So that's that. I just wanted to go over this. Now, if we look at the channel here, I want to go through the daily stats. YouTube statistics. Now, actually, if I look at this day, today we had 203 subscribers, and yesterday there was 204. So, actually went down, but it is what it is. You win some, you lose some. That's the game of life and business. And then when I go to the other channel, which is the daily updates channel, actually there's 2 subscribers, I think. Seems like there are 2 subscribers and 1 view on this video from yesterday, 10 views in total, I guess. Okay. Yeah. So 1 view, 4 views, 2 views, but 1 more subscriber. So, that's something. That's 100% growth day on day. And yeah, it doesn't seem right actually. Okay. Yeah, because this is supposed to calculate it from this, right? Yeah, so now it should kind of make sense, and I think in this case I also have it incorrectly. So I'll fix it. I'll fix it later. Or actually, you know what? I'll fix it now. So this should take into account the B7 column. Here it doesn't really make a difference since the numbers are larger, so there isn't any rounding up. And then now in this case, this should be E6, so 0. This should be E5, so 0. Okay, now that makes sense, doesn't make sense, right? So we basically went from like 0 to 1. So if you divide 1 by 0, well, you can't really divide with a 0, so it will turn error, but there's the catch error or if error function in Excel. But maybe for this day we can actually just delete it and write manually 100%. Let's call it 100%, going from 0 to 1. And this is irrelevant because there isn't any data when it comes to this. So yeah, for tomorrow, what I want to do, there's some client work. So for one of the clients, for one of the scenarios, it's basically uploading videos to Facebook ad library, but I also want to add creatives, and there is different endpoints to that in Facebook Graph API. So I want to do that. And by the way, as you can see, some of the tasks are very, very overdue. So if I look at, well, the overdue, I need to do some schoolwork. So there's a paper I need to write from social communication. There's statistics. Well, it's exam season soon, so I need to go through that. And for tomorrow, I believe there's English homework. And then for work, I need to find a location for a meeting. So basically for my agency that sends students abroad, we have a meeting where all the students meet and kind of get to know each other. And I need to find the suitable locations and also send out the emails regarding that as soon as possible so people can put it into their calendar. And again, as you can see, I was kind of postponing it, but I really should do it ASAP. This is something I already mentioned. This is one of the tasks that's kind of more long term and that I need to really put a lot of thought into and kind of energy into. Basically, what I want to do is create a lead magnet kind of for lead buying for my automation agency, because so far a lot of the business was like either some recommendation or people coming from inbound, but I want to kind of focus on the outbound a bit more as well. So I want to create a lead magnet that first of all will serve for inbound for people coming to my YouTube channel, but I can also add it to the cold emails in the signature or something like that. We'll see how that works, if it will have an effect on the deliverability or not. But I want to create a lead magnet which is very detailed, things of how you can basically automate your business, which areas you can do the automation. So there will be stuff like sales, operations, marketing, HR, onboarding, client work. And with each section, I want to go into detail, like what are the best automations, like highest ROI that you can use, how to implement them in the business yourself, etc. Basically trying to give the people as much as value as possible. And then obviously a lot of the people in the bigger companies, they don't have time to do it themselves. So that's where I kind of come in. So yeah, I hope that it will also support the inbound, mainly cold outreach, outbound, but then also kind of warming the people up before the meeting. Obviously, they'll get a VSL and also, this kind of lead magnet again. So this is something that's very long. I think it will take more than 2 hours, to be honest. But what I want to go over is do some outline and start creating the graphical side and just, go step by step so there's some progress. Another thing that I want to do is create a content generator. So basically I want to find out and ideate really the best idea how to come up with content ideas, so I don't need to spend that much time doing that, because I feel like that's the biggest kind of obstacle or biggest constraint. So I want to come up with some ideas. I feel like pulling some some other content in the field may be helpful. Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, kind of maybe watching some Twitter keywords, scraping some comments on my videos, maybe on videos of others, and then kind of all putting it together into ChatGPT or some other LLM and have it come up with ideas that obviously then after that I will go through on my own and manually pick the best ones. So that's kind of something I want to do to remove friction. I don't think in 1 hour I can do the whole system, but at least I can figure out or have an idea of what I will do. Then again, this is just connected to school. And then another thing that I need to do is research Meta's incremental attribution, because it's something that they're rolling out and some of the clients are starting to use it. So I want to see how exactly does it work, what are the effects, how does it interact with API. And I think one of the things that is missing is this. So I also, it's connected to one of the client works projects. So I need to fix the attribution windows in there. And yeah, that's it. Again, school related task. And of course, for my agency, I need to do the kind of daily operational tasks, even though as I mentioned, this is sales. So this is valuable, but again, something you just need to do. So yeah, if you have any questions regarding anything or mainly make any automations that you may be struggling with, leave it in the comments and I'll get back to you in the next one. Have a nice day. Bye.